All right, all stations. This is WRCU 527 beginning the 13th session of the National GMRS Net. This net meets every Sunday at 5 p.m. Arizona time, 6 Mountain, 7 Central, 8 Eastern, and there are no membership requirements to participate in this net. It's open to all licensed GMRS operators anywhere in the country. This is a general purpose net intended to provide a regular opportunity to share news and discuss topics of interest. Before we begin, is there any emergency or priority traffic? Please come now. All right, having heard nothing, if there is any emergency or priority traffic at any point, please feel free to break between transmissions at any time and we'll help out any way we can. This net utilizes link repeaters throughout the United States owned by various user groups and individuals which are affiliated with the MyGMRS network. For information on the National GMRS net and the various groups linked together this evening, please visit usgmrs.com. For everything else, visit mygmrs.com. We have more repeaters online tonight than what's usually connected throughout the week, so please remember to wait for the repeater's carrier to drop between before transmitting, as some of the equipment used tonight has operational restrictions different than what we are normally used to. This is a directed net, meaning all net traffic should pass through the net control operator. My name is Darren, WRCU 527 in Tucson, and I'll be net control this evening. We are actively looking for net control operators for May 3rd and May 10th, as WQVS 960 and myself will be unavailable. If you would like to volunteer, please send us an email at tucsongmrs@gmail.com or comment when asked during the general announcements. Otherwise, we'll need to reconvene the net on May 17th. All right, so this net is laid out as follows. First, we will begin with the roll call for stations who have checked in at least once in the last 5 sessions, excuse me. Then we will follow with late or missed check-ins for those that have checked in previously. And lastly, we'll close with an open check-in for any licensed stations wanting to be added to the roll call for the next time, or for the 17th alternatively. Your spot on the roll is renewed with every net you attend in any form. Alternatively, if you'd like to be manually placed on the roll call, you can also give us a shout throughout the week. Send us an email at tucsongmrs@gmail.com, or otherwise get a hold of us any other way you wish. Roll call is organized as follows. First, alphabetically by state, and then by call sign. When called, please identify to give your presence. If you have any other family members that you would like to check in as well, go ahead and give us their first names. And I will try to move through the list fairly rapidly because we're up to about 180. If you miss your turn, we'll call for late and missed check-ins after the initial roll call. The topic for tonight's open discussion was suggested by Dustin, WRFQ 355, and his question is, what are some good handheld radios for GMRS? If you are not able to stick around for the roundtable and you'd like to bow out of the topic, feel free to report no traffic or say checking in and checking out when you're called during the roll call. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and start with the roll call, so respond when you're called. We'll start with the Arizona stations first, and we'll get with our own WQVS 960. David, are you out there?
WQVS 960 present. I'm going to be in and out, and thanks for running the net this evening, Darren. Hope everything goes well, and we'll catch you next time.
Perfect. Good to hear you in there. Next, we'll go with Bill, WQXE 928. Go ahead. All right, nothing heard. We'll go right on to Juan, WQYU 211. WRCZ 558. Aaron. WRDK 713. Dave. WRDR 611. Jeff. WREZ 948. Brian. WRFE 219. Mike. WRFF 723. Paul. WRFL 884. Darrow.
WRFL 884. Present account 4 and no traffic.
Thanks, Darrow. I was beginning to worry if this was even working. Appreciate you. Got you in there with no traffic. WRFN 463. Rick. WRFP 419. Alan. WRFQ 335. Dustin. And WRFR 587. Chris. I heard a bunch of jungling around there. Was that WRFR 587, Chris in Tucson? All right, didn't catch that one, but there is one that I've got at the bottom of the spreadsheet here. WRFL 207, Yancey in Vale. All right, nothing heard there. We're going to move on to our only California station, as far as I'm aware, and that's WQND 300, Connor.
WQND 300 Connor in Fountain Valley, California. No traffic.
Roger that. Thanks a bunch, man. Your audio is hot. I'm going to Tampa, Florida now, I think, for our only Florida station out there. WRFL 821, Daryl.
WRFL 821, Daryl. And no traffic. And thank you, gentlemen.
Perfect. Thanks, Daryl. We're going to move on to our few Georgia stations here. I hope they're online listening. WQTD 542, Brent.
WQTD 542, no traffic.
Thanks. Good to hear you in there. WQWI 960, Justin in Augusta.
WQWI 960, Justin in Augusta, Georgia, checking in and out there. Thank you for running the net tonight.
You're certainly welcome, Justin. WRAV 504, David.
WRV 504, David in Augusta, Georgia. We got no traffic.
Roger that. Thank you, sir. Going to jump into another station from the very bottom of the spreadsheet. Stand by. WRDL, starting with the Illinois stations. WRDL 342. Mo.
WRDL 342, Palatine, Illinois. No traffic for the net. WRDL 342, cleared, standing by.
Thanks, I appreciate that. Jumping back up to where I left off. Back to Illinois, we're going to go to Rich, WQEN 679. WQNV 466, Ronnie. WQUY 536, Patrick. WQWA 590, Tim. WQYU 376, Kurt.
This is WQIU 376, Kurt out of Woodstock, Illinois. Thank you, sir. No traffic.
Got it, I appreciate it. WQYW 688, Casey. WQZB as Zulu Bravo 946, Eddie.
WQZB 946.
Great, thanks, we got you in there. WQZW 575, David.
WQZW 575, David, Waukegan, Illinois. No traffic tonight.
Awesome, thank you so much. WQZZ 968, Doug.
WQCZ 968, Algonquin, Illinois, in and out. Thank you for running the net tonight. Y'all have a great time.
You're welcome, sir. Thanks for getting in there. WRAF 278, it's Mike, still in Illinois.
WRF 278, thanks for running the net. No traffic.
Thanks, Mike, and you're welcome. WRAL 939, this is going to be Vince in Illinois.
WRAL 939, Vince from Oak Forest. Thanks for the net and no traffic.
Got it. Thank you, sir. Next station, I believe, is already checked in and out doing repeater maintenance, but I'll go ahead and call you anyway. WRBP 334, Rockford. He's still at work. WRCM, and thank you for being at work. WRCM 330, Rob. I'm sorry, Bob.
WRCM 330, Bob in Antioch, Illinois. No traffic for the net. Good evening, sir.
I appreciate you letting me butcher your name there. I am a little dyslexic. So why am I doing this? Appreciate it. WRCV 497. It's going to be Jeff.
WRCV 497, thank you, sir. No traffic.
Awesome. Great to hear you in there. WRCZ 886, Bill.
WRCZ 886, in and out.
Perfect. Thank you, sir. We're going to go over to Kurt, WRDB 714. All right, WRDK 264, Joe.
WRDK 264, Joe, checking in.
Thanks, Joe. I didn't realize how long the Illinois guys got here, or guys and gals, I should say. On to WRDU 235, Rob.
WRDU 235, Rob, checking in.
Got it. Thank you, sir. I'm surprised I didn't call you Bob. WREM 499, Allen in Illinois. WREM 501, Don. WRFD 949, Richard.
WRFD 949, Lamont, Illinois. No traffic.
Perfect, and thank you. WRFJ 642, that'll be Ken, also in Illinois. We got the whole state of Illinois in here. Everyone except Ken. WRFJ 980, Jeremy.
WRFJ 980, Jeremy, checking in and out.
All right, thank you, sir. WRFK 892, Chris. WRFL 209, Todd. Well, here's someone trying to key up there, so let's give Todd another chance. WRFL 209, Todd. All right, nothing heard. Let's go down to Doug, WRFL 449.
WRFL 449, this is Doug from Prairie Grove, Illinois. Checking in, no traffic tonight. Thanks for running the net.
You're welcome, and thanks for showing up there. WRFM 332, Chris. WRFP 921, Dave.
WRFP 921, Dave, checking in and checking out.
Perfect. Thank you, sir. Next we have WRFQ 535. It's Ferdy, I believe, in Bolingbrook.
This is WRSQ 535, Ferdy in Bolingbrook, checking in and out. Thanks for doing the net.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome, sir, and I'm glad I didn't butcher your name. WRFQ 969, Matt.
WRFQ 969, Matt. No traffic. Thanks for running the net.
Hey, you're welcome, sir. Wow, I'm getting to the end of the Illinois list here. WRFR 244. We got Brent in Sherwood, Illinois.
Good evening, WRFR 244, Brent, Shorewood.
I sure would like to meet you someday. Let's go over to WRFR 502, Artie in Naperville. All right, that concludes the check-ins for the Illinois stations. I'm going to move on to... Yep, I heard someone else jumping in there. All right, nothing heard. I'm going to move on to Indiana, guys. Indiana list is pretty long, too, so let's go ahead and start with Gary, Indiana, WQVG 601. Mike?
Good evening, Net Control. Good evening to the net. WQVG 601, Mike, Gary, Indiana, with no traffic.
Got it. Thank you, sir. I know there's probably some stations that got missed. We'll catch you in the open check-ins. All right, guys, we're going to move on. WQVY 669, Ryan.
Good evening there, Darren. Everyone on the net, WQVY 669.
All right, thank you, sir. WQYW 692, Kevin.
Indiana, no traffic.
All right, I think that was you in there, Kevin. We're going to check you in and out, 692, and move on to Dave, WQYZ 296. WQZR 755, Rick. WRAN 345, Wally.
WRAN 345, Wally, checking in. Thanks for holding the net, sir.
Good to hear you, Wally. Let's go over to Greencastle for WRAX 542, buddy.
WRAX 542, in and out. Thanks for doing that.
Got you, buddy. Always like to hear that courtesy tone from the Motorola. Let's go to Cooper, WRCN 496. WRCQ 487, Jay. WRCQ 487 stroke 3 for Tyler, also in Hobart. WRCW 750, Thomas.
WRCW in and out.
All right, I heard enough there, Thomas, to know you're in and out, so that's good. Appreciate it, sir. Let's go to Shane, WRDA 843 in St. John.
WRDA 843, this is Shane in St. John, no traffic.
All right, good to hear you in there. I hope I pronounced all that right. WRDE 566, Tim.
WRDE 566, Tim, Indianapolis, Indiana, in and out. Thank you for doing the net.
You're welcome, sir. Do we have Andrea there as well?
She is currently at work, but I'll check her in and out. Thank you.
Perfect. WREY 478, JB.
WREY 478, JB here in Indianapolis. Thank you for doing the net, and no traffic tonight. Thank you.
You're welcome. Great signal there. Getting towards the end of Indiana here. WRFC 721, Steve.
WRFC 721, Steve from Porter County, Indiana, checking in. Thanks for doing the net, Darren.
You're welcome, sir. Let's go over to Tim, WRFK 894. All right, nothing heard. We'll go over to our final station there in Indiana. It's going to be WRFL 246, Don.
WRFL 246, Don in Hammond, Indiana. Good evening, Net Control. Good evening, Net. Thank you for doing the net.
You're welcome. Appreciate it, Don. We're going to go over to WREN 806, John. Actually, I'm in Faribault. Is that Minnesota? I can never get those right.
Yep, WREN 806, John in Faribault, Minnesota, and I'll be in and out tonight.
Perfect. Thank you, sir. Then over to, I believe it's Missouri. God, I'm terrible at that. WRDV 845, Chris. All right, heard nothing there from 845. Let's move on to North Carolina. Give me just a second to reset. All right, our first station in there is WQEN 357, Scott.
Yes, WQEN 357. Please check me in and out. Thanks for running the net.
You got it, sir. WQQK 383, Kevin. WQTG 303. Brad, are you out there?
Yes, sir. Sorry, I'm multitasking. WQTG 303, Brad in Louisville, North Carolina. I'll be out after formal.
Roger that. You can multitask all you want, bro. WRAV 234, William. Not sure if I read that right, so I'm going to do it again. WRAW 234. WRBV 327, Dale.
WRBV 327, Dale here in Winston-Salem. Please check me out after roll call.
Roger that. Got you in and out. WRDA 414, Jason. WRDQ 608. We're going to go to William.
WRDQ 608. I'm hoping for
All right, I got you in and out. I believe you were breaking up, and I know you're mobile, but we got you logged in for tonight. So we'll go over to WREB 947, Bob. WREK 482, Tim. WRES 222, Kyle and Amy in Winston-Salem. Are y'all out there?
WRES 222, Kyle and Amy here. Thanks for doing the net, and we'll be no traffic tonight.
Roger that. Thank you, sir. WRFI 390, Chris. WRFK 545, Raymond. All right, we got our last North Carolina station here that I have, and just bear in mind, we will have late and open check-ins after the roundtable question. But let's go to Brian, WRFL 315. All right, we'll go to New Jersey, all three of you. I believe, Rich, you're probably in and out, but let's see if you're there. WQEJ 577. All right, he checked in remotely through the super secret network. Let's go to Mike, WRAK 968 in Little Egg Harbor.
WRAK 68, Mike, Little Egg Harbor, no traffic. Good evening.
Thanks, bud. Let's go to our last New Jersey station that I have listed, WREM 430. Nick?
WREM 430, Nick, present.
Hey, Nick, sounds like you're in a blender, man. I hope you're making a margarita, but we got you in there for sure. We're going to go over to New Mexico next. Let's go to Russ, WQJI 810. Are you out there?
Yes, sir, and thank you for running the net tonight. WQJI 810.
All right, thanks, man. I appreciate what you do. WQTU 995, David in Albuquerque. All right, maybe that was WQTU 995. I don't know if I read that right or not, guys, but we'll give David another shot. WQUR 407, Steve. All right, we already have Matt in there. WRAB 665 was in and out. I think he was actually eating in and out. He was the only allowed early check-in, so don't ever do that again, Matt. WRAN 487, Mike.
Yeah, WRAN 487, Albuquerque Mobile. Just came back from Los Alamos in time to hit the net. So good going. Thank you very much, and I'm clear and monitoring.
Roger that. Thank you, sir. I'm glad you had a good trip. WRBM 681, Rob. WRBV Bravo Victor 308, Caden.
This is WRBV 308, currently in Blue Water Village, New Mexico, monitoring.
Got you. Thank you, sir. I have no idea where that is. WRCC 710, Brita.
WRCC 710, Brita, monitoring.
Gotcha. Is the other side there, WRCC 710, Monty?
WRCC 710, Albuquerque Portable, no traffic.
Roger that. We'll go over to WRCC 714, Bruce.
WRCC 714, Portable, no traffic, and thank you for running the net.
You're welcome. Good to hear you in there, Bruce. Let's send it over to Adam, WRCK 831 in Albuquerque. WRCS 365, David. WRCU 726, Zach. WRCU 852, Levi. WRCX 237, Kevin. WRCZ 417, Paul. WRDB 817, David. WRDS 831, James, Project Andromeda, please check in. WRDY 651, Ellen. And WRDY 651, Whitney. WRDZ 390, Matt. WREC 548, Jim. Whiskey Romeo Echo Echo 380, Brett. WREI 364, Mark. WREI 406, Allen. Hey, repeater gurus, I'm not seeing Sandy pop up there. WQVS 960, you seeing that?
Yeah, they just keyed up. It looks like. I think they're still connected. Is anybody over in New Mexico able to give a quick check?
Yeah, I think we're still on.
Sir, we copy.
On the crash.
Not sure why. I guess they're all
Zero.
quarantined. I don't know. WQJI 0.
All right, guys, I'm going to go back where I left off, I believe. I've kind of lost my place, but I will come back and check in the other stations probably before we do open check-ins. So let's go back to WREI 364. Mark? WREI 406, Alan. WREM 305, we have mark number 2. WRFE 484, Brad. WRFG 930, Andy.
WRFG 930, Andy in Albuquerque, heading the Sandy repeater.
Very good. I'm glad to hear intelligent life out there. Starting to wonder. Let's go over to WRFH 557, Dwayne.
WRFH 557, copy. No traffic.
Got it. Thank you, sir. WRFK 394, David. WRFN 434, Dom, you out there?
WRFN 434, Dom, checking in and standing by from Rio Rancho, New Mexico. Thanks for running the net there. Appreciate it.
You're welcome, sir. WRFP 942, Jeff. WRFR 533, Jesse. All right, that's all in New Mexico. I actually have probably about 10 stations that I'll call right after we get through this one here. But let's go on to Pennsylvania, my only Pennsylvania station, WRFA 442, Brandon. Thank you for checking in with that ray gun, man. I'm not sure what you're transmitting through there, but yeah, it was tough. Anyhow, we got you in there. And let's go over to South Carolina. We got 2 South Carolina stations to take care of. That's WQRL 495, Glenn.
No traffic.
All right, I didn't catch that station in there that also had the ray gun going on, but I was looking for Glenn in South Carolina, WQRL 495. One more try. South Carolina, we got a WRBL 66 and 6. Phil. All right, nothing heard, so we'll go over to Sioux Falls. WRAS 704, Scott in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Please call now. All right, Scott, I'm going to assume you're in and out there because I did hear you earlier giving Corey a hard time. So we'll check you in and out. We're going to move over to Texas. Stand by for reset. All right, let's go over to Humble, Texas. Yes, I said Humble without the H. WQLS 991, Randall. All right, over to WQYR 748, Lee in Dickinson, exit 7. Oh, I forgot what it was. Anyways, it's over to you, Lee. All right, nothing heard. Let's go over to Martin and Alvin, WRAA 722. WRAE 521, Ken in Friendswood. WRAI 770, Kenny. WRAI 914, Steve. WRAL 603, Nathan. WRAR 671, Shannon. WRCN 926, Cedric.
WRCN 926, Cedric in Beaumont, and I have no traffic. I'll be in and out.
Good to hear you, Cedric. I thought we lost all of Texas there. Thanks for hanging in there. Let's go on to WRCN 933, would be Greg in Friendswood.
I copy WRCN 933. It's Greg. Got no traffic. Thank you.
All right, we got you there, bud. Thank you. Let's go over to Alvin again to WRCS 823, John. WRCV 341, Gary. WRDF 640, Larry and Dickinson. WRDW 976, Omar. Are you out there?
WRDW 976, Houston, Texas, Omar. Checking in and checking out. No traffic.
Gotcha, bud. Thank you so much. WREB 219, Charlie in Channelview, Texas. WREE 678, Robert.
Whiskey Romeo Echo 678. This is Robert in Houston. No traffic.
Excellent. Thank you, sir. WREP 295. It's going to be Mike in Tomball. WRFI 782, Steve. WRFM 842, Renee. WRFQ 344 or 334, depending on when you talk to them. David? WRFC 637, Dave. Oh, we're already into Virginia. Dave, are you out there? You'll be our first Virginia station today.
637.
Thanks, man. Kind of going back to the Texas guys, I know there's some machines that are down out there. So if I couldn't get you in there and you can jump in on the open check-ins, go ahead. Now's where the real party starts. We're going over to Wisconsin. WQGT 456, Jeff. WQJV 506, Paul.
Good evening, WQJV 506. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Paul. Appreciate it. WQMP 372, Tim. WQNM. Sorry, I had a station just come in there. I didn't catch you. We'll give you one more chance. I don't know if there's anybody out there who can relay that one for me. All right, WQNM 292, Scott.
WQNM 292, no traffic. Thanks for doing the net.
Thank you, sir. And I think that station I missed was WQGT 456, so pretty sure that's who that was, so we got him in there. WQOW 374, Rick. WQQD 868, Rich. WQVA 593, are you awake out there, Corey?
WQVA 593, Racine, Wisconsin, no traffic.
Thank you, sir. Let's go over to Tawan. WQYE 931, are you out there?
Party, 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 WQIE 931 Milwaukee, no traffic.
Thank you, sir. Good to hear you in there. WQYV 879, it's going to be Dwayne in Kenosha. WQZJ 767, Doug. WRAB 672, Steve.
WRAB 672, Steve in Kenosha, no traffic.
All right, great. Thank you, sir. WRAQ 304, Al. WRAR 309, Matthew.
WRAR 309, Matt, Janesville, Wisconsin.
All right, thank you, Matthew. I appreciate it. WRAX 620, Ed.
WRAX 620, in and out, no traffic. Thanks for doing the net.
Yeah, I appreciate you putting up with me. All your call signs start like melding together after a while. So let's go over to Mike. WRBL Bravo Lima 826. WRBQ 942, Chuck. WRBR 919, Tom. WRDW 443, Don.
WRDW 443, Don, Milwaukee. Thank you for doing the net, in and out.
Gotcha, man. Thanks for sticking around for 55 minutes for that. This thing is really getting pretty big. WRDZ 952, Jack.
WRDZ 952, Jack, Waukesha, Wisconsin.
We got you there. Thank you, sir. WREE 344, Nathan. WREN 713, Rod. Heard you out there earlier. I'm sure you're there.
WREN 713, Rod. Darren, you should take a 5-minute breather, pound a beer. You're doing a fantastic job tonight, man. 55 minutes, and it's unbelievable. Thanks again.
You're welcome, sir. And we got you in there. I appreciate that. I will take at least one of those suggestions. WRFF 557, Dan and Baraboo.
WRFF.
All right, we got you in there, but it seems like I see something on the console being hung up here, guys. Stand by.
It looks like we have a stuck key in Texas. I'm going to pull it off. But just a heads up, whenever you get that sorted out, feel free to join back up.
All right, thanks, 960. I'll just stand by for a moment. I'm going to take some of Rod's advice.
Okay, it's been unlinked, so feel free to take it. WQBS 960.
Got it. Thank you, sir, for unscrewing that deal. Light bulb, that is. Did we? I think we had Dan in there. I can't remember if I actually checked him in. WRFF 557, Dan and Baraboo. All right, perfect. We got just enough in there. Let's go over to Brandon, WRFF 680.
WRFF 680, Brandon. I'm in Lake Delta today.
Gotcha. I wish I knew where that is. It sounds nice. It's a lake and all. I'm in Arizona. They don't have such things. WRFI 544, Doug in Madison. WRFK 512, Corey.
WQBS 960, we have Texas back online, just FYI.
Roger that. I may run through them in that spot where they were missing very quickly. WRFK 526, Rick.
WRFK 526, Rick in Neosho, no traffic.
Perfect. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. Let's go over to yet another Dave, WRFK 796. Go ahead.
WRFK 796, Dave, Poinette, Wisconsin.
All right. Thank you, sir. We got you in there. WRFK 885, George. WRFP 989, Don. WRDR 919, Mark. All right, and I got another station sneaking in there, WRFQ 513.
RFQ 513, Berlin. I am monitoring no traffic on mobile. You missed me in the roster. I'm adding myself.
Impressive, sir. I'm glad you got back down in there, that's for sure. Give me a second to reset, guys, and we will get right on with ending the roll call and going on to the roundtable. So stand by. All right, so that concludes the normal roll call. I will come back through and catch some of those states at the end before I open up for open check-ins, and we'll run through them quick. But before we end the roundtable, does anyone have any general announcements? Please give your call sign. This would be a great time for you to say, hey, I'd love to do net control for the next 2 weeks. Go ahead and call now. Nope, heard somebody key up there. Come on down. All right, nothing heard. Hopefully we'll have that email fill up there by the end of the day. Before I get started checking everybody in, we're going through the roundtable question. Let me just throw out the roundtable question so you can think about it for a minute. And then we'll follow that with general check-ins. So I want to give everybody that's already on the list a chance to answer that question. So the topic for tonight's net, what are some good handheld radios for GMRS? I can tell you I use a Kenwood 380 that has like the worst battery life ever because I chose to buy a cheap battery. So if you'd like to make suggestions for future topics, please feel free to throw out any ideas during your turn or get a hold of us throughout the week. So I'm going to run back through shortly of everybody who didn't check in and check out, and it's a pretty short list this time, and we'll get through the roundtable questions, so stand by. All right, so we're going to go down the list here. I've got probably, I don't know, about 15, 20 of you. But we've got one Tucson station that cared to comment. So tell us, what are some good handhelds for GMRS? We're going to go over to Chris in Tucson, WRFR 587. Go ahead, it's your turn. All right, nothing heard. So let's go over to our first Illinois station, Eddie, WQZB 946.
You're going to laugh and hate me at the same time.
What was the question?
Would you rather throw up in public or have your hand slammed on a car door? I think is what the question was. No, really, the question is, what are some good handheld radios for GMRS use?
I would have to say throw up in public. No. Well, a lot of people are probably going to hate me still. I'm a huge Motorola fan, so there you go. Now, Motorola, Kenwood, ICOM, that's pretty much the only three I would ever qualify as radios. Anything other than that, I'm sorry, but I don't care for them, so probably a wrong person to ask. WQZB 946, Illinois.
That sounds good, man. We learned a lot about you there, and I think I'm with you on that first question. Personally, I use a Kenwood myself, but the Motorola stuff, I would love to jump in there. Maybe I can get some of the Midwest guys to help me out. Let's toss it over to Joe, WRDK 264. Go ahead. All right, Joe's throwing up in public or getting his hand slammed in a car door. Let's go over to Montgomery, Illinois for Rob, WRDU 235. Go ahead.
WRDU 235. I'd rather throw up in public than get my hand slammed in a car door. And I am all Kenwood, although Kenwood, Motorola, ICOM are all good in my opinion. I've got a fleet of 5 NX300s at this point, all with long-life lithium-ion batteries. You literally can't kill the battery in one day. So that's what I have, and that's what I use. Thanks for running the net.
Yeah, you're welcome. And I'll have to hit you right if you can stand stay in the time, hang out. I'd love to ask you about those lithium ions because I've got one that I think I smoked by charging it. But maybe I can call you out there, WRDU 235 after the net. I'd like to hear that. Just go over to Brent, WRFR 244. Sure would like to hear from you. All right, that's all the Indiana people, or excuse me, all the Illinois people wanted to weigh in. We've got 4 from Indiana that did not check out, so let's go over to Ryan, WQVY 669. Go ahead. Okay, let's move over to Wally, WR.
He's actually on an HF net too, so.
All right, you want to remotely ask him that question?
Corey and net control. WQZB 946. Motorola Apex 8000.
Thank you so much. Hey, Corey, get that answer for me, and you can just jump back in there, I don't know, whenever you feel like butting in. Let's go to Wally, WRAN 345. All right, nothing heard from Wally. Let's move over to Steve, WRFC 721. It's your chance to weigh in on either one of those questions.
WRFC 721. Actually, I'm new into this, and so I'm actually looking for a portable. So I'm listening, trying to learn something here. So I'm, if anybody has a great suggestion, I'm willing to hear it.
Perfect. Well, thank you, sir. I would recommend sticking around after the net, but we've got just a few more. You'll probably hear some good suggestions because we've got probably about maybe 15 more people to weigh in. So maybe we can start over there with Don, WRFL 246. You got some good suggestions there for Steve?
WRFL 246 Don. I'd use any of the old Motorola's, even a Radius CP200. Program it up and it should talk. The only thing I got right now is a Baofeng 82 HP, I believe it is.
Yeah, the UV82 HP, I think I have that same one. Had it for, 5 years. It seems to be good. Appreciate the recommendation there, especially for Steve. Let's move over to our one New Jersey station that didn't check in and check out, and that would be WREM 340, or excuse me, WREM 430, Nick.
This is Whiskey Romeo Echo Mike 430. I only have a couple handhelds of the Baofeng variety. I am actually looking to get myself a Kenwood handheld. Been looking around a few different models, but I seem to like the Kenwood so far.
Yeah, man, anything to get that signal cleared up. I don't know if that's the repeater, but I'm sure everybody threw their headphones just like I did, and are mopping their beer up right now. But I appreciate it, Nick, and yeah, the Kenwood handhelds seem to be good. Maybe I'll learn something about that from Rob about trying not to burn my batteries out so bad, so I appreciate it. Let's go over to Russ, WQJI 810, Mr. New Mexico. Go ahead.
Okay, well, handheld, surprisingly, ICOM F60Vs. I like them because they are waterproof, small, lightweight, with a good attachment for a handheld mic, and also good battery life with the lithium ion. So that's where I'm at with that. Not always what I use for everything, but that's good for that. WQJI10. Thank you for having that.
Got it. Thank you, sir. I appreciate everything you do out there. Next, let's go to Matt. I don't know if he was in and out, so we're just going to assume that he was in. WRAB 665, tell us about your choice in handhelds or what you'd like to have. Or you can answer the other question.
Well, I'd have to go with probably slamming my hand in the car door. But really, I have a bunch of Baofengs sitting around, and I just picked up an Anytone 878, and this thing is incredible. So that'd be my recommendation.
Roger that. I got Anytone, and I didn't get the rest. Well, I think I got it. I just couldn't type it. What's that model there on that Anytone? And maybe Steve will catch it as well.
Alpha Tango, TAC, Delta, 878, Uniform Victor.
All right, got it. Appreciate it, sir. Let's go over to Mike, also in Albuquerque, WRAN 487. Go ahead and weigh in on the questions.
Well, I'll tell you, I started out, and there's a lot of really nice portables out there, but I picked up a couple of just these little small radio ditties, 2 watt, and they durable. They last forever. You can drop them, break them, drop them off buildings, get shot at, and they still work. And the audio is good. The signal output was good. So I'm gonna go with radio ditty just to be different.
Okay, I got you now. I was wondering what you were saying for a minute there, but yeah, I've seen those. I think that's really just an importer of most of the Chinese stuff, but they seem to be rated pretty well. So yeah, jump on there and see what you got. Let's go over to Caden, WRBV 308.
Well, good evening. I definitely would choose to throw up in public. I've done had my hand slammed in a car door before, and that thing wasn't right for months after that. So yeah, no, I'll take the other option any day of the week. Hey, I don't know too much about GMRS handhelds, but as it stands right now, I'm using a Radioddity GD77S, Golf Delta 77 Sierra, and it doesn't have a display, but I use it for DMR and with my open spot too. I have another Baofeng radio here, but the GD77S seems to work. The downside is it doesn't have front-face programming. So that's my response there. Back to you, WRBV308.
Got it, sir. I've dipped my toe into some of the DMR as well, and I just use a Yaesu for that. But yeah, I've heard that GD77S is pretty good for that, and I as well have that open spot too. Didn't have Monty weigh in, but had Brita. She didn't say whether she was going to be weighing in or not. But let's go over to WRCC 710. You want to weigh in on the topic there, Brita? All right, nothing heard there, so let's go over to Andy, WRFG 930 in Albuquerque.
Yeah, it's a great roundtable topic tonight. Just actually picked up a Wuxun, I hope I'm saying that right, model KG805G. So far, super happy with it. It'll be my first GMRS handheld after my Baofangs, which not knocking the Baofangs, but just looking for something with a little more quality, and so far super happy.
Got that. I think it's Oshan, but I could be wrong. I've heard people on the internet pronounce it all different ways, but yeah, it's somewhat of I don't know. They may be spectrally better or something than the regular Baofangs, but what do I know? I don't have a scope. I appreciate it, sir. Let's go over to WRFN 434. Dom in Rio Rancho. Go ahead.
No, sir, not a lot of experience on the topic. I did recently just pick up a BTEC GMRS V1 as my first GMRS radio, and I'm happy with it so far. I'm just kind of standing by with a piece of paper and pencil, jotting down notes so that I can look at some higher quality ones.
Roger that. Got you in there. You're a little scratchy now. You're worse than you were before, but hey, maybe you'll be better. Let's go over to our Pennsylvania station, Brandon, WRFA 442. Go ahead, sir. All right, the later we get, the more people... You're not making it, Brandon, but if that's you, let's give you another chance, man. Point your eyes into the sun. All right, nothing heard. That didn't work. It's okay. Let's go over to, let's see. Let's go to WQJV 506, Paul in Milwaukee.
Yeah, I myself, I have a couple Motorola handhelds, CT250 4-channel radio, and then I also have an MT1000 8-channel handheld Motorola. Very pleased with the Motorola's. Also for the newcomers on board, because they have access to the internet, sometimes they might want to check eBay. Sometimes people find good deals on radios on eBay for Motorola, Kenwood, Icom, etc., etc. And that's all I have. Back to net, WQJV 506. Thank you.
Perfect, Paul. Got a lot of good information out of that for sure. I'm sure Steve may have been listening to some of that. I'd like to get into the Motorola stuff at some point, so maybe we'll do that at the same time. Let's go over to another Wisconsin station, WRDZ 952, and I think I missed somebody, but let's go to Jack in Wisconsin.
I just got a new handheld not too long ago, and I've been working on it with GMRS here, and it's the Yaesu FT4, or excuse me, it's the Yaesu FT65R, and it seems to be working pretty well. I haven't had any issues with it. I do want to get a different handheld, but I'm just listening to see what the options are out there.
Perfect, Jack. I'm kind of a Yaesu guy myself. I've got a few, and great product, that's for sure. Yeah, we could talk a long time about that. Let's go back over to Rod, WREN 713. Weigh in on the question, sir.
Well, I've got a Bufang. It's so-so of a radio. I've got some Motorola VX264s that are really nice. But my latest radio is the one I'm talking to you on. And I am just so pleased with this Anytone 878. It is just one heck of a radio. I highly recommend it. It's extremely easy to program. I'm told I come across very, very well on it. You put the mic on, you're ready to rock.
Yeah, I've heard you speak about that before. Made me go look into it as well. But gosh, I've got a whole desk of these things right now, so it's time to get on eBay myself and sell some of that stuff. Appreciate it, Rod. Let's go over to WRFF 680, Brandon.
I'm also using the Anytone 878. I'm pretty new to the GMRS, but I think it's a good beginner radio. As far as durability, I think the Kenwoods and the Motorola's will probably be a little bit better, but just getting into it, I think it's a good radio. Other than that, I think that's all I have. Back to you, Net Control.
Got it. Thank you, Brandon. I appreciate it. I just got two more stations in there. I've got, Dave, WRFK 796. Go ahead, sir.
Dave, WRFK 796. I got a couple of Kenwood handhelds. I'm talking on a 360 right now. I'm hitting repeaters about 14 miles away as the crow flies, so they seem to be pretty good. eBay, real cheap, under $30. So WRFK 796. Thanks again for doing the net tonight.
Yeah, it sounds good. I appreciate that. And I've got another station in there. Yeah, I like the Kenwood stuff. Dave turned me on to that, but yeah, let's go over to WRFQ 513. Wants to weigh in on the topic there. I had him in and out, but I guess not. So go ahead, 513. Let's hear it.
Yeah, WRQ 513. Sorry about punching in on the roster. I thought I was already on there, but a cool handheld to check out if you guys can swing the coin is that R-Finder B1. It's a dual band Android smartphone, DMR and analog that links up with the RF Finder software and automatically links into repeaters based on your locale. It's pretty high-tech stuff.
Yeah, sounds good. I've actually watched a few videos on that, and it's curious, kind of an interesting thing. I like to keep my radios separate, but if you want to carry everything all at once in your pocket, it's probably the way to do it. So we've gone through the round table, and before I do general check-ins, I do want to run through a couple of those states really quickly that I missed or I feel like may have not been in there. So stand by. All right, going to run through a couple of Texas stations before I do the open check-in, as we were missing some of those guys on the restart. So stand by. Let's start real quickly. WQLS 991, Randall. WQYR 7148, Lee. WRAA 722, Martin. WRAE 521, Ken. WRAI 770, Kenny. WRAI 914, Steve. WRAL 603, Nathan. And WRAR 671, Shannon. All right, nothing heard, so I'm about to start the general and missed check-in. So, like Dave said, this is like Operation Mosh Pit, so be patient with me as I'm trying to type and write your stuff down. But we'll begin with the open check-in portion of the net. It's open to all licensed GMRS users, whether you're first time, regular, or you just missed. So if you check in during this portion of the net, you'll be automatically placed on the roll call for the next 5 nets in order to have a turn at the round table in the future. I will also go through the round table with you guys that missed your check-in right afterwards, so just be aware for that. Check-ins are called for per state. At times, depending on the crowding, I may ask for stations based on your last letter in your call sign. So, for instance, my call sign is... station just called 554. Please stand by while you will know when I start the check-ins by state, so stand by. So anyways, as I was explaining, we may be grouped by the last letter in your call sign. For example, my call sign is Whiskey Romeo Charlie Uniform, so I would check in during the Sierra through Zulu check-ins. So please announce your call sign phonetically if you can. It really helps with copying that information down. So stand by. I'm going to start with the Arizona stations. We'll move on to New Mexico, Texas, Wisconsin, Illinois, Indiana, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and New Jersey. So just right now, let's hear Arizona stations. Any stations from Arizona that were sleeping or are new to the net, go ahead and call now.
WRFQ 335, Dustin and Eager for the late check-in.
Got it, sir. Any other Arizona stations that missed out?
Hi, this is Patrick in Whiskey Romeo Sierra Foxtrot Sierra in 422 in Vail, Arizona. Sorry, it's my first time checking in.
Hey, Dave, it's Alan, Whiskey Romeo Foxtrot Papa 419er, late check-in.
All right, thank you so much. I had the 422 station, but I didn't catch all that phonetically. So just give it to me regular, man. And I already got you, Alan. Arizona station 422, come. All right, any other Arizona stations want to jump in there? Go ahead.
Whiskey Romeo Charlie Golf 610,
All right, you're really tough in hearing you there, but I'm gonna ask. I got Whiskey Romeo Charlie and then 610. Can you go ahead and try to give that to me one more time, sir?
Whiskey Romeo Charlie 10.
All right, I got WRCG 610. First name and location. All right, man, you're not making it, but we got you on there for next time. I'll look you up. Any other Arizona stations want to jump in there? All right, nothing heard. Let's go with the onslaught of New Mexico.
Whiskey Romeo, Fox Romeo 554, do you copy?
I got Whiskey Romeo, Fox Romeo.
554, do you copy?
Yeah, WRFR 554. Go ahead. Name and location.
Yeah, Roger, the name is Mike, and I'm in Oro Valley, Arizona. First time checking into the net, thanks.
All right, we got you in there for Oro Valley. Thanks. I said New Mexico station, so let's go with New Mexico stations. Your last four of your call sign begins with A through I. Go ahead.
WQZX 837, New Grants, New Mexico.
Okay, I got WQZX in New Mexico. And what's the first name?
The first name is Harry, Grants, New Mexico, just down the road from Caton. WQZX 837, first time check-in. Over.
Great, we got you in there, Harry. I appreciate it. Any other New Mexico stations, last for your call sign beginning with A through I? All right, last for your call sign, Mexico stations, Juliet through Romeo.
WREM 305, Mark in Albuquerque, checking in, checking out.
All right, we got you in and out of there, Mark. I appreciate it, bud. Other stations, last four call sign ending J through R in New Mexico only. Please come now.
WRFQ 626, Albuquerque, New Mexico.
WRFQ 626, name and location, please.
John, Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Perfect, got you in there. WRFQ 626, I appreciate it. Any other New Mexico stations late or missed or new? Last four of your call sign phonetically, J through R. All right, got a mouthful of static.
3 again, Duke, Berlin, and I'm on mobile and handheld.
All right, got you. I think you're checked in 3 times now, Duke. I appreciate it. And interesting with the help there and the assistance on your R finder. How about any other New Mexico stations at all? A through Z. Go ahead and call now. All right, any New Mexico stations can relay that. All I got was WR, and that was it, and a mouthful of static.
is WRBV308. That was Paul in Albuquerque, Whiskey Romeo Charlie Zulu 417.
RBV817.
All right, I got the relay WRCZ. Can I get the last three? And I know it's Paul. All right, WRCZ 817. I'm pretty sure I got you in there. So we'll get you in and out for this one, and I'll go back and clean it up and make sure you're on the roll. Any other New Mexico station out there wants to jump in?
Negative copy. It is not WRCG. It is W Romeo Delta Bravo 817 Whiskey.
All right, David, we got you in there now. I called you Paul, and yeah, WRDB 817 in Albuquerque. We got you, man. Wow, I didn't think you were making it, but you actually did. So I appreciate that, sir. And the effort is truly welcome. We have any other New Mexico stations other than WRDB 817 that just lunged over the finish line? Go ahead now.
WRCZ 417 Paul, Albuquerque, New Mexico.
All right, got you in there, Paul. I appreciate it. All right, let's go to final New Mexico call-ins before we jump into the mosh pit that is Texas. Anyone left in New Mexico wants to check in? All right, perfect. We got some Texas stations in there, I think, that didn't make it. Let's go ahead with the Texas stations. I just want the last four of your call sign, like mine's Whiskey Romeo Charlie uniform, that last letter, A through I. Go ahead.
Whiskey Romeo, Foxtrot Charlie, 637.
All right, Dave in Virginia, I got you there. I'm not sure how I missed you or how you end up in Texas, but I got you, man. I appreciate it. Any other Texas stations that want to check in? A through I, last four of your call sign phonetically. Go ahead. All right, nothing heard. Texas stations, last four of your call sign. Last four of your alpha call sign, J through R, Juliet through Romeo. Go ahead, Texas only.
Whiskey Romeo Charlie Sierra 823.
John and Alvin, got you, man. You want to weigh in on the topic tonight? I'll come back to you if you do.
I just got on the radio, so I don't know what it is, but yeah.
All right, perfect. You'll hear it, and it's interesting. So let's go over to Texas again. Juliet through Romeo. Last four of your call sign. Go ahead. All right, I think David's hanging the repeater there, guys.
I'll put him in monitor, WQVS 960, 1 second.
All right, looks like we're open back up. I don't know if there's anyone.
It's resolved itself, I guess, or maybe Lee took care of it. WQBS 960, back to net control.
Thanks, David, and for catching David there. And David, we got you, David. Thank you, David, for getting David in Baytown, Texas, WRFQ 344. Any other Texas stations want to jump in there before we move on? All right, final call for Texas stations. I heard some beeping going on there. Beep. All right, let's move on to Wisconsin. Wisconsin, most of those guys checked in, I think. But let's go with the last four of your call sign of the letters A through I, Wisconsin. You guys out there? Ooh, it's late there. Wisconsin, any late or missed check-ins or new people? Let's go for our stations Juliet through Romeo. Last four of your call sign. Go ahead. All right. Finally, any Wisconsin stations out there that missed or late check-ins or want to volunteer for net control, go ahead now with your call sign, name, and location.
WRFK 512, no traffic. Net control, please check in. Late check-in, WQIV 879, Kenosha.
Okay, got Corey and Dwayne in there. Both of y'all checked in. Anyone else in Wisconsin, should I say? I know that most of you guys are made it in there, but go ahead.
Yeah, this is WQW 374 Rick in Kenosha. Late check-in, no traffic. Thank you.
Hey, Rick, if you could give me that call sign one more time, I was remiss in my typing. I got WQ. Go ahead with the rest, sir.
WQOW 374.
Right, got you in there, Rick, for sure. Anyone else out there, late open check-ins? Maybe somebody wants to volunteer to be net control next week. Go ahead. All right, I think that's all of Wisconsin. I think we checked in the entire state of Illinois earlier. Wait, here's station in there. Go ahead, sir.
WRFR 502, Artie in Naperville. I missed check-in.
All right, Artie, I got WRFR, Whiskey Romeo, Foxtrot Romeo 502. Is that correct?
That is correct.
All right, perfect, sir. I appreciate it.
WRFR
any other
912 from Illinois is checking in.
WRFR 912, name and location for some.
Sorry about that. Yeah, this is my first time, and my name is Justin, and my location is normally Morris, Illinois, but I'm probably about 10 miles or more outside of Morris right now. I'm mobile.
Roger that. WRFR 912. We got you, Justin, and Morris. I'll go ahead and say you're there since, well, that's where your home base is. I think I had another station jumping right on top of you. And we were still on Illinois check-in, so let's just go ahead and just bring them all.
WQUY536.
Okay, I got WQUY 536. Was that correct? If so, give me your name and location, or give me your call sign again.
That's correct. Whiskey, Quebec, Uniform, 536 Patrick.
Okay, so we got the call sign right. I need your name and location because you really broke up. Can you look right into the sun and call me again?
WQUI 536 Patrick Woodstock.
All right, Patrick, we got you in there. Other Illinois stations, go ahead now.
WRFJ 642, late check-in, no traffic. Dave in Plainfield.
Okay, I had two stations on top of each other. I had one in Plainfield, so let's get that one, the second one first, and then I want the first one to come second, if that makes sense. So Plainfield station, go ahead and transmit, and let's all sit back and let him go.
WRFP 325, Dave.
Right, Dave. I'm starting to see some of you guys that maybe I missed earlier, and we might have had a problem with the system, but yeah, I've got you in there. WRFP 325, Dave in Plainfield. Other station that came in there as well. Go ahead now.
WRFJ 642, late check-in, no traffic.
WRFJ 642, I've got you in there. I appreciate it. Another station trying to make it in there had a mouthful of static. Go ahead. All right, any Illinois stations still coming in? Let's have it. Otherwise, we're going to move on to Indiana. Illinois stations, please come now. All right, Indiana. We have Indiana stations. Any Indiana stations, go ahead and come now. And if I got more than two, well, we'll just start parking you like aircraft.
WRFS992, Cody out of Hammond, Indiana.
All right, that was like the perfect double. So I'm gonna call the WRCQ station first, and then I'll come back to 992. So WRCQ, go ahead, give me your call sign, your location, or your name and location. One more time.
Thank you, Net Control. WRCQ 487J, Hobart, Indiana.
Yeah, we missed you earlier, Jay. There must have been something going on there, so I appreciate you jumping in. Let's go over to the 992 station that I didn't catch. Go ahead and give me your full call sign, name, and location.
WRFS992, Cody out of Hammond, Indiana.
Right, we got you there, Cody. I appreciate it, sir. Let's go. Any other Indiana stations? Only two at a time. Let's hear you.
WRCQ 487, Tyler, Hobart, Indiana.
WRCQ 487, Tyler, I think you usually have another person with that call sign. Is that correct? All right, nothing heard. Let's have any other Indiana stations. Go ahead and come now. All right, I'm going to say that's it for Indiana. North Carolina, raise your hands up. Go ahead and come now, North Carolina.
WREB 947, Bob in Mooresville, late check-in, no traffic.
All right, I'm going to read that back. Whiskey Romeo Echo Bravo 947.
That is correct.
All right, perfect, Bob. We got you in there, bud. I appreciate it. Other North Carolina stations, we got a lot of you guys, so we probably missed some, so come now. All right, how about South Carolina? How about East Carolina?
RDV 917 from Saluda, South Carolina, checking in.
Okay, was that Whiskey Romeo Delta Victor 917? And can I get your first name?
Apologize for that. It's WRDV 917. First name is Chris. I'm going to be a late check-in for the first time due to being on a fire scene.
That's cool, man. No worries being a late check-in, especially if you're on fire. I hope somebody put you out or you did the stop, drop, and roll. Any other any other South Carolina or East Carolina stations? All right,
This
heard
is
somebody
WRDV
trying to
917
transmit.
again. I'm actually a volunteer firefighter, and we were on a fire call.
Yeah, I got it, Chris. I was just having a little bit of fun at your expense. So, any other South Carolina stations or North or West or East Carolina stations? All the Carolinas, call now. All right, we got you guys. We're wrapping up here pretty soon. I will run through the late check-ins to see if you guys want to weigh in on the question that you probably have no idea what it is, but that's fine. I'll read it again. Let's go to Georgia, either North, West, East, or South Georgia. Come now. All right, beep station, go ahead. All right, nothing else heard from Georgia, so we'll say Georgia or New Jersey. Anyone in New Jersey or Old Jersey, and North, South, East, West, or any Georgia. Georgia, USSR, go ahead. Okay, any other locations that didn't get a chance to weigh in, go ahead now before we run through the real quick round table with the few people I got up here.
Whiskey Romeo Delta Romeo 478, Tony in Claremont, Florida. First time checking in. Good evening.
All right, Tony, I appreciate that. Anyone anywhere else? You're like our second Florida station. That's cool. And by the way, the question tonight was GMRS handhelds, do you have any recommendations? So I'll probably run back through you and a couple of the other guys. I apologize in advance if I miss people, but hey, that's how it is, man. It's been an hour and 55 minutes. Any other stations out there that want to check in to get on the roster for the net and all that stuff? Anywhere in the United States or alien planets? Call now.
WQYZ 296 checking in late.
All right, 296. I'm so far in my spreadsheet it's not auto-filling, so go ahead. WQYZ 296. Name and location, sir.
Name is Dave out here in Griffith, Indiana.
All right, we got you, sir. I appreciate it. Any other stations, either here or in the subterranean planet or on the flat Earth?
WRDS 831, checking in late, in and out.
You don't get off that easy, that's for sure. So we're going to go ahead and start with WRDS 831 for the open roundtable question. I'm going to work backwards. So what brand of handheld do you like to use, and or what would you prefer, having your hand slammed in a car door or throw up in public? Go ahead, sir. 831, James.
Okay, yep, I got the Bofangs like a lot of other people. The 1701 DMR works really well, and I have a Tribander Bofang with a Nagoya 723 that runs also the 220. And that's about it, man. Other than that, I got me a meatball sandwich from Subway, and I checked in late because I had a lot of contacts overseas on mobile radio, and I'm having fun. So, alrighty, we'll let you get back to your net. WRDS 831.
All right, 83. Oh, other station coming in there. Let's hear you.
WRFL 209, checking in late.
All right, WRFL 209. You get a demerit for that. I don't have everybody's names keyed up here, so go ahead and give me a name and call sign or name and location.
Name is Todd, Tango Oscar Delta Delta. I'm out of Plano, but I'm actually at work right now in Aurora, somehow hitting a repeater. And I heard the question, and I'll just say this radio that I'm using right now, it's a Bofang UV5R. Seems to be pretty good, and I'm just using the rubber ducky right now. Like I said, I'm 40 miles away from the nearest repeater. I like it.
All right, sounds good there, Todd. I appreciate it. I remember seeing you up there in the regular list. So anyone else out there that wants to check in before I start just running roughshod over everybody and asking the question? All right, nothing heard. So I'm just going to go through a couple of the folks that didn't get a chance. So I'm going to go really quick. If you want to reply to the roundtable question, go ahead. If not, just say no traffic. So we're going to start right up with Alan at the very beginning. WRFP 419 in Tucson, Arizona. Roundtable time. Go ahead.
Yeah, right now I'm talking on a Valve 5RTC. I have to walk outside. Haven't figured out my antenna for the roof yet, as we spoke last time. And then I have a B-Tech. I think it's a Tribander. And then I have a Lodestone That one's a pretty cool radio. Duplex, a little, I don't know, seems like a little slicker than the Baofeng, but so far, those are the radios, plus the Midland is inside, and I haven't got that one set up yet. What was the other question? That's about it. I'll just, no more traffic.
All right, All right, 419, we got you in there. WRCG 610. I remember I could barely understand you, but now's your chance. Go ahead. WRFR 554, Mark in Oro Valley, Arizona. All right, nothing heard. WQZX Harry in Grants, New Mexico. Go ahead. WREM 305, Mark in Albuquerque. Now's your chance to answer the roundtable question. WRFQ 513, Duke. Go ahead, sir.
WR. WRFQ 513. Yeah, I'm usually on the Baofeng UV with a rubber duck or an extended whip, Baofeng mic, but I've got other stuff coming in as well. Seems to work okay for what it is.
All right, WRDB 817, David. You want to weigh in on the question? WRCZ 417, Paul. I heard somebody keying up there. Here's your chance before we end this thing. WRDB 817, David. Dave in Virginia, WRFC 637. Do you have a comment?
WRC 637, no comment. Thank you.
Got it. Let's go over to Alvin, Texas, WRCS 823, John.
Yes, 823. Yeah, I'm generally talking to you on a radio oddity 50X2, I believe what it's called, 50 watt maximum on VHF, but I've repurposed my TYT MD390 to do GMRS because it's got the proper 20 kilohertz bandwidth on it as well. And I use the UV5R from time to time.
Great comment. Yours might be the best of the night, I'm guessing. In Alvin, Texas, of course, home of Nolan Ryan. Let's go over to Baytown to David, WRFQ 344. You hung the machine last time, man. I already know what you use, but do you have any comments that you want to lay in there?
No, I'd rather throw up in my hand and slam it in the door, I think.
All right, I got that. I'm just trying to type it here, so stand by. All right, perfect. David, I appreciate it. WRFK 512, Corey in Wisconsin is your chance. WQYV 879, Dwayne in Kenosha.
WRFK 512, sorry, I was late on the pickup.
Man, you're probably late to your own birthday. WRFK 512, do you have a comment for the roundtable question? And don't tell me you don't know what it is.
Well, I'd rather yak in public, and radios I use, Kenwoods, Motorola's, basically. I'm not picky.
Right. Thank you, sir. Thanks for hanging out there. We're running about 2 hours and 6 minutes, so we should be wrapping up pretty soon. But, yeah, I'm with you. Yak in public all day. I'm going to try Dwayne again, WQYV 879. Do you have a comment tonight for the net? WQOW 374. Do you have a comment, Rick? WRFR 502 in Naperville. Any comment other than that you were late?
I'm currently using the Bofang UV5R, and I just got a Bofang BFR3 tri-bander. So far, I'm satisfied. Talking to the repeater, the Grundy repeater in Grundy County, it was 32.414 miles. Actually measured that through a GIS survey.
Got it, sir. Appreciate the comment. Yeah. R3 tri-bander, got it. WRFR 912, Justin in Morris, I believe. Did you have a comment on the roundtable, or feel free to say no traffic?
Yeah, I appreciate the opportunity. I don't have a whole lot to say since I don't have a whole lot of experience with GMRS yet, but I will just say briefly that I've been using some little cheap Midland handhelds of the what do you call it? Something Talk series. I'm sorry, but anyway, they've been good for short distance and that. I was pretty impressed actually at the range that I was getting out of them. Battery life would give you about a day, so I think they're great for the price. They were about $70 for two of them with all the equipment and stuff with it. So I'd recommend them to somebody who wants some beginner radios, but they're not repeater capable. So I'm looking to get something else, which I'm really appreciating the topic for that reason. Thank you very much, WRFR 912 on the side.
Roger that. Thank you, sir, for the thoughtful comment on the Midlands. Let's go over to Patrick. Patrick, I barely got you. WQUY 536. If you got a comment, go ahead, or feel free to say no traffic.
Yeah, hopefully I'm making real quick.
Roger that. I got a mouthful of static, but I did get Hytera in there, and they make good stuff, so I hope you make it in there better next week. Or you can be net control next week. Just get a better signal. WRFP 325, Dave in Plainfield. Go ahead.
Anytone 878 handheld. Amazing deal for $199. Works like a champ.
All right, perfect. 878. I got it in there. Next station was WRFJ 642. I couldn't understand you before. Maybe you're in a better situation, or you can give me your name and location, and if you've got a comment. All right, nothing heard there. Jay, are you still with us in Hobart, Indiana, WRCQ? Great call sign, WRCQ 487. Go ahead.
Yep, I sure am. Thank you, Net Control, man. You're doing a wonderful job. Started out with the Bell thing, just like everybody else out there. Quickly went to Motorola. I think the Bell things are a good radio. They've done what they did, bringing new users in here. I think the biggest issue is because of new users, they're pushing them to their very limits. And with time, you kind of understand that. But like hearing new guys out there all the time. WRCQ 487, J Clear.
Perfect, Jay. I appreciate that, and that's a good comment there for sure. I started with one. I still have it. I carry it every day. WRFS Cody. WRFS 992 Cody and Hammond. Do you have a comment, or feel free to say no traffic? WRCQ 487 Tyler. And I think you're in Indiana too. I can't remember.
No traffic.
All right, perfect. Getting down to the last 6 here, guys. We've got we might have a new record, but WREB 947 Bob, go ahead. How about Chris, WRDV 917, serving our communities as a firefighter? Any comment there, Chris?
Yeah, I actually use all Motorola XPR radios, just simply because that's what our DMR network is designed to use for our agency. I have no problems out of them. I'm actually hitting several GMRS repeaters that are 40 to 50 miles from me with my portables. My mobile, I can hit stuff maybe 100 miles from me, so that's why I like my Motorola stuff.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. I wish I had a XPR myself. Maybe you can loan me one. But appreciate what you do out there, and late check-in for you anytime. Let's go over to Tony in Florida, one of our news stations, WRDR 479. Now's your chance to weigh in on the roundtable question, which was handhelds. What do you recommend for GMRS? And or what would you rather have, your hand slammed in a car door or throw up in public? Go ahead and weigh in, Tony. Oh no! Sorry, man. I hate to say there, Tony, that you didn't make it in there. But we'll catch you next week. Had a little bit of a waterfall effect going. Sound like you were in a waterfall or going down the drain of your sink. Either ways, neither one are good. And I heard radio, and that was about it. So we'll catch you next time. WRDR 479. Got 3 more stations before I wrap this up, guys. WQYZ 296 Dave in Indiana. You want to weigh in?
Yeah, we're currently on a Bofang 1701 DMR, and we also run a TYT 7800, and I actually believe there's another Bofang I got too, but yeah, that's the gist of it.
All right, sounds perfect. Appreciate it, guys. I'm gonna have to go through the list here, but actually, the other two people I already got, which was the perennially late James 831. We already heard him, and we already heard Todd in Plano. So stand by for a moment. I'm gonna wrap it up. We're gonna adjourn this. This has been the 13th session of the National GMRS Net. Thank you for all your participation. We have stand by, and I'm gonna give you a preliminary number of check-ins, and you guys will be amazed. Somehow I always get them. Hold on.
Okay, just to let you know, it's WRDR 478, not 479.
WRDR 478. Thanks for the correction. We had 113 people check in tonight, guys. That's quite a bit. Again, I want to recommend that if you're interested in being net control, this thing's going to be on adjournment until I think the 17th. If we don't have anybody to do the next two Sundays, because quite frankly, WQVS 960 and myself, WRC 527, will not be available. Anybody that's interested in doing it, jump on right after I adjourn this thing, or email us at TucsonGMRS@gmail.org or gmail.com. I think, is that right, David? If not, I'm sorry. But 113, that's a lot, and it's not tough, guys. It's actually pretty interesting. I love doing it. There's a little bit of anxiety rolling up to it, but it's fun. Again, this net utilizes linked repeaters throughout the United States that are coordinated by the MyGMRS network. For more information on the National GMRS Net and the various groups linked together this evening, please visit usgmrs.com. For everything else under the sun, visit mygmrs.com, and Rich over there does a great job. The National GMRS Net meets every Sunday at 5 p.m. Arizona, 6 p.m. Mountain, 7 Central, and 8 Eastern, except for the next 2 weeks, unless somebody volunteers. I appreciate everybody who checked in. I also appreciate the many repeater owners that, along with my GMRS, that makes this net a reality. And what they do in the background, you guys have no clue. They are literally the backbone that allows us to run this thing. So we'll see you all next time, whatever next time is. This is WRCU 527, returning the repeater system and the network back to its regular operation, and wishing everybody a good evening. Hope you're all staying safe and you're getting out and spending money, and you're sending an email to be a net control operator. WRCU, I'll be on the side. I'll be hitting the head here. So you guys take care. I appreciate you all putting up with me and my terrible pronunciation and my bad typing. And check it on time, guys. We'll see you.